So, if you know anything about me, you know that I tend to like media that goes on long hiatuses. Whether I'm just a masochist that likes waiting a long time for everything I consume, or I think the best media never gets finished, it's a hole that I often find myself falling into. Today, I want to talk about one such case, which is one of my favorite animes of all time, Yuri on Ice. Now, when this anime was released October 6, 2016, people were crazy as fuck about it. I'm talking about fangirls, I'm talking about Hot Topic display cases, I'm talking about scented candles and body pillows. I'm talking about the fact that this anime literally beat out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in the 2016 Crunchyroll Anime of the Year Awards, and I have a friend who is still so pissed about that he refuses to ever watch the show. Stubbornness aside, why is there all this hype for just one season? I was a little bit skeptical at first when I turned on my anime pirating site and decided to watch the show for the first time, but after I got through all, sadly only 12 episodes of season 1, I understood why it got so much attention. I'm not one of those anime fans who are going to only like things that are super obscure and nobody has heard about. In fact, I'm one of those anime fans that often believes that there's a reason why popular things are popular. I believe Yuri on Ice is the reason why I never fell down that hole of gatekeeping and only watching things that only have an audience of 3 people and refusing to watch anything else. Nothing wrong with those shows with an audience of 3 people. I'm just saying we all know that one guy. I mean, hell, one of my other favorite animes of all time is My Hero Academia. But anyway, after I watched this show, I got it. It had a great soundtrack, it had great characters, and it had great romance. I believe this show does LGBT romance right. A lot of shows that do LGBT representation in Japan often do an over-fetishized and over-stereotyped version of LGBT relationships, but I feel like this slow burn anime does the complete opposite. I have had friends from all around the political spectrum, all around the religious spectrum, and everything love this show because the romance in it is just genuinely good. You root for our characters and you root for their relationship. The story is well written, the characters, all of them, whether or not they're on the screen for 2 minutes or 3 hours, no matter how much screen time they have, they're well written and colorful, and the story is just amazing. The animation is also quite beautiful. I mean, with an ice skating anime, it's kind of, you would assume that it would be gorgeous animation, but it's also something that seems like it would be really easy to screw up, and Mappa did not come to play. It's just such a feel-good anime. The colorful, snowy atmosphere is just gorgeous, the soundtrack is gorgeous, it's such a cozy feeling anime, guys, this anime literally feels like a warm hug on a cold day. There's a reason why I personally bought the entire series thus far on Blu-ray and rewatch it every winter. It's because it kind of romanticizes winter and makes you forget that winter is cold and sad. I mean, winter is personally my favorite season, but it's widely regarded as cold and sad. And the main character is really somebody that you end up rooting for. I mean, he's somebody who took the biggest of L's at the beginning of the show and had the biggest fucking comeback redemption arc ever. And this is over the span of 12 episodes, and it's still well paced and beautiful. And spoiler, the best part about the end of the season is that he doesn't win. It's not one of those sports animes where it's oh, this team sucks, but they're gonna get better over these next seasons and they're gonna win at the end of the show. No, the show left itself very open for a season 2 because Yuri didn't win. In fact, his biggest rival did. So for all this hype for this amazing anime, why isn't there a season 2? I mean, we've been waiting nearly a decade and people are starting to lose hope. The show as it is now ends in an okay enough spot, but it leaves a lot of questions unanswered, and it's clearly trying to build up to a season 2 or continuation, like I just mentioned. Furthermore, the company Mappa, who is the producer of Yuri on Ice, is an insanely popular anime studio with big-name titles like Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen, which are other multi-award-winning animes, so you know that whenever a season 2 or the also confirmed movie Ice Adolescence drops, it's going to be stunning and expertly made. I just want to reiterate the fact that Season 2 and the movie are confirmed, but there's no release date. Mappa has not walked back on the fact that they're happening, but has just not told us when. There was one point in time where season 2 had a confirmed release date, but then the pandemic happened and kind of turned everything on its head, so it was postponed, but it was never canceled. Some people have tried to say that it is canceled, or maybe the pandemic is what caused the hiatus, or maybe the workload that Mappa's been going through. And I agree with the last two, but I really just can't agree with the first one. I do not think it's canceled, guys. I feel like Mappa would have told us, I mean, especially based on their track record. Attack on Titan famously went on a 4-year hiatus after season 1, but then released as scheduled. Mappa doesn't just cancel things. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, okay, well that was a 4-year hiatus versus what, it's been 7 years now? And it's like, yeah, it has been 7 years, but you also have to realize we went through a 3-year pandemic in this time that we've been waiting. This pandemic was something that caused people to not be able to go to the office and work, and more importantly, caused it to be very, very much harder for people to collaborate with one another, which are two of the most important things that go into creating an anime, especially one as well made as Yuri on Ice. And you also have to take into account the fact that Yuri on Ice is an anime that isn't based on any manga. It's an original anime, which means that writing is going to take a lot more time than for animes like Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen. And speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, it was very recently just thrown into the mix of Mappa's workload, so not only are they working on this fast-growing titan of an anime, which, I mean, pun intended, also, Jujutsu Kaisen is amazing, go watch it. But they're also having to do that while building the story from the ground up. That's why Yuri on Ice is unique in that way, is because there's no manga. So yeah, I really don't feel like it's canceled by any means. I feel like we're just gonna have to be waiting a while, but I don't know. I just really think that if it was canceled, Mappa would have told us. I mean, they never said anything about Attack on Titan being canceled, and everyone lost hope, and then boom, there it was, season 2. So anyway, yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments, and if you haven't watched Yuri on Ice and you want a good anime that's beautiful and it's well written and it's just got great LGBT representation, then go watch it. Watch it like yesterday, like seriously. Again, I will not stress this enough, it's one of my favorite animes of all time. It's just such a feel-good anime. But yeah, I guess all the light novels being created are just going to have to tide us over until the inevitable release of the movie or season 2, whichever comes first or whichever comes out. But yeah, I pretty much just made this video because I wanted to talk about something that I super enjoy that I feel like is kind of losing conversation in the public eye, and I kind of just wanted to remind everybody that this gorgeous piece of art exists. And yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Oh shit, actually one more thing. So I'm going back to school here pretty soon, and I'm a double major in philosophy and music, and so I'm gonna have like a huge workload, plus the fact that I'm working 3 jobs as well. So uploads might get a little bit more sporadic. By no means am I abandoning this channel, and I still have a lot of fun video ideas and intend to upload a lot. But the uploads might be a lot more far-spaced in between because of my workload for school, so I just want you guys to bear with me and keep that in mind as this school year kind of gets underway. And I'd also like to thank everybody for all of the support that I've gotten on this channel so far. I know that 120 subscribers doesn't really seem like a lot to a lot of people, but for me, I'm like, holy shit, that's super cool. 120 people want to listen to me talk about my autistic ramblings. Like, that shit's amazing. So yeah, like, I just want to thank you all for being here and for fucking kicking it with me and just talking about this shit because, I don't know, it just really makes my life a lot better. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day, a good week, a good month, a good year. Bye-bye!